welcome back to my channel. If you are new here and like the video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button for more content. Thank you for watching. Alright, we got the amazing mic quality, and before I get to this, I apologize in advance, but this is a super short part because the app I usually use for writing the chats went through this update and honestly, it's a mess. Trigger warning, this is actually pretty gory and violent, so please don't watch if that's a trigger. Now let's get to the gay and angst. Now that Natsuo was far from sight, Yaku faced the herd of men turning towards him. He held the steel pipe up like it were a sword. It was his only weapon against a dozen of men. Let's not forget these men were twice his size and had actual weapons. Yep, he was fucked. Royally fucked. Why did he agree to stay behind again? Well, kidding. Mostly. In all honesty, he wasn't thinking. He knew Lev would never forgive him if he were to let his brother get hurt. Although he was sure he would feel the same but if he were to get hurt. No. What is he talking about? They are just former lovers. He is almost fully sure that Lev didn't care about him or his well-being anymore. But he also knew that Lev still had a kind heart. He could probably even empathize with the men that were doing this to him and his family. That's just the saint he is. It's how he's always been. He was pulled from his own bickering thoughts when he felt a harsh blow onto his side. It almost immediately knocked the air out of him. Yeah, that hurt. Yaku quickly straightened up, like the hit hadn't even hit him, and swung the pipe down over the first man's head, seemingly able to knock him out in the process. Before he quickly did the same for another man that was coming straight towards him. Two down, 10 more. He was already wheezing for air. He wasn't a fighter, as much as all of his teammates might think. Taking the first 2 down almost made him believe that he could actually do this and get back with Natsuo. They will finally make it out of here, and that's the end of it. But almost as quickly as the thought went into his head, he smashed back into reality with a barbarous blow to the head. He tried blinking the disorientation away, but failed when the foot met his side, sending him flying into a brick wall. No. Was this how he went down? This couldn't be. Did his strength only take 2 guys down? He could do more. He knew he could. His own life was at stake. Same with Natsuo's. And Lev's. He had to do something. Anything. His mind flashed to the image of Lev when they were still lovers, and he smiled without a care in the world. That smile was the purest sight he ever saw. It's the same smile that he is going to fight to keep. He'll have to die before he loses that sterling smile again. Not again. He rose up and clenched the bar in his hands, feeling his own bloodlust boil over. If it meant saving the family that he loved, he would gladly become the killer that they wanted him to be. The vigilante that he was believed to be. With his own demonic strength, he swung the pipe over the next man's neck. The snap and blood that followed made the corner of the former libero's lip tilt upwards. Turn it all off. emotions, feelings, sympathy. Turn it off. Become the person they fear you are. What is this guy? He trembled, staring at the deranged, bloodthirsty look from Yaku. Their eyes met, and that soldier could have swore he saw the devil himself. All of his comrades were taken down by this kid, and now he was about to meet the same fate. You. Yaku made his way towards the man, who had an annoying shade of navy hair, and even his charisma was nauseating. Tell your boss that it ends today. He spat bitterly, making the man, that was much taller than him, tremble. Just when he thought he was in the clear, Yaku slammed the pipe near his head on the brick wall to get his point across. Do I make myself clear? Yes. Yaku wiped the blood from his cheek that was from one of the dozen men that he took down before taking off down the hall. Kageyama fidgeted with his fingers, feeling uneasy. His lover, Hinata, was right beside him, grabbing his hand to keep him from picking at his skin and nails. It was one of his nervous habits. The tangerine ones caught it too late whenever his fingers were all bloody. Miwa, what's going on? Right. That snapped him out of his trance and turned back towards his older sister, who was right in front of him. The setter glanced at her, noticing her doing the same nervous habit as him. They truly are the spitting image of each other. Hey, Shoyo? Is it alright if Tobio stays with you for a couple of days? Of course. That should be fine. But why? She paused. I have something to take care of. You think I can't handle myself? He snapped. For years, he had always been alone, and it was only recently that she moved back in, with half the time at Elisa's. No, it's not that I don't think you can't handle yourself. I know you can. I don't want you to be alone. The setter glared. It's a little late to think of something so trivial. Trivial? Tobio, that isn't... If it isn't, then why does it matter now? It didn't whenever Grandpa died, so why now? To hell with whatever you're doing. I'm leaving. The Ravenette stormed out of the room, leaving the other two in silence. Hinata peeked over at his future sister-in-law and saw her picking at her fingers again. Don't mind him. He's just... I know. I don't blame him. He isn't wrong. I did leave him. All alone to grieve. Miwa, what really is going on? Miwa laughed. She knew that academically, Shoyo might not have been the brightest, at least not at the beginning of high school. He realized that in order to stay in volleyball, he needed to keep up with the studies. However, he is bright when it comes to noticing abnormal behavior. Can't get anything past you. Hinata laughed and finally pried the Raven's hands from each other. From there, she explained everything, and how she even planned on tagging along to get Natsu and Yaku back, and to be by her wife's side throughout it all. The shorter looked like he wanted to retort, but stayed quiet. Tobio, He's like a cracked glass screen. Super fragile and delicate. He puts up this hateful and fierce front, but he's one of the most emotional and delicate people I know. Hinata nodded his head, knowing all too well how emotive and sensitive the setter was. If something happens to me when I'm gone, promise that you'll look after him. Only if you promise not to get hurt and come back. Neva laughed. You're something else, kid. I'm not a kid. I'll have you know, I'm officially an adult. Hinata pouting wanted to soak up the adulthood that, just like every new adult's experience, he would soon regret that said treatment. You should probably check on him, she stated, wanting to change the subject. Yeah, but you do promise to come back, right? What's another promise broken going to do? She smiled. I promise. With that, the tangerine skipped up the stairs to get to his lover, leaving Miwa in her thoughts. Older siblings are born first for a reason. They are there to guide and teach the younger siblings whenever the parents were unable to. There are the certain things that parents can't teach, something only older siblings are able to. They are also there to protect. While she was born first, Miwa was not able to fulfill her duties to the fullest. She wasn't there whenever Tobio needed it most. That is trust that will forever be broken. This was for the best. Victor, Yuuri, Otobak, Elisa, Miwa, Akataro, and Lev were on the plane, set out for Russia. That is where their base is, where they will find Natsuo and Yaku, and also finally put an end to this never-ending nightmare. They had another 12 dulling hours until they reached the country. Lev kept count, because he knew that once they landed, the battle will begin. And there's no turning back. Thank you for watching. As always, if you like to be kept up to date, check out any of my social medias. I hope that you all have a wonderful day or evening.